We learned a lot. You know, when we got al-Baghdadi, that was a great get. And when we killed him, we have a lot of information that I'm revealing now for the first time, but we also got a lot of good information.
There you got President Trump yesterday revealing in London the military found valuable intel during the raid that killed the former ISIS leader, Baghdadi. So what does this mean for the war on terror? Joining us right now is Florida Congressman and Afghanistan war veteran Michael Waltz. Lieutenant Colonel, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, so what sort of intel did the president reveal publicly?
Well, he revealed that we were able to pull off lists of donors, ISIS donors, from the objective on the al-Baghdadi raid, and that's why it's so important that we put troops actually on this objective versus, say, bombing it, so that we can pull off the intelligence and then we can follow on and attack the rest of their leadership, and in this case, follow the money and choke off the financing.
Right. What did you make of the president? John Roberts ran a little snippet of the exchange between our president and the president of France, where President Trump asked Mr. Macron if he'd like to take back some nice ISIS fighters. And then Mr. Macron had he explained the situation with the ISIS but did not commit. And then the president said, well, that's why he's such a good politician. That's a non-answer.
Well, I'm glad he's holding Macron accountable. We also need to hold the British and the Germans accountable. A number of these key ISIS fighters are European citizens that went to Syria. They're key commanders, they're key facilitators and fundraisers. And now it's basically on the United States and the Kurds to detain these guys, and the Europeans need to step up, excuse me, and do their part. And the fact that they are essentially kind of sloughing this off for America to deal with and our Kurdish allies to deal with is unacceptable.
And as the president indicated, we've got this intel now so that we can do what we can do. And in some cases, that is follow the money. They can figure out where the money is coming from, who the donors to ISIS are.
Yeah, let me tell you, Steve, these groups preach like they're pure jihadis, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban. They run themselves like the mafia. I've dealt with this from the White House. Out on the ground in the field is a Green Beret, and they're in black market oil, they're in counterfeit cigarettes, they're in stolen car rings, and we know how to deal with that kind of mafia-style financing. We choke it off, and you keep the group defeated, and the president knows that.
Sure.
And we have to keep our foot on their neck to keep them defeated.
Colonel, exit question. While it seems as if the Congress, the House, is paralyzed by impeachment, there's an important piece of legislation that's got to get done, and that's funding the military.
Yeah, that's right. This is the first time in 58 years we do not have a defense authorization. So you'll hear the term, Steve, from the Democrats, call it continuing resolution, that keeps the lights on, but it doesn't allow the Pentagon to buy anything new. No new investments in artificial intelligence, no new ships, no new planes. It's really devastating to our military, and the men and women overseas right now deserve better. Meanwhile, the Chinese aren't funding their military this way. They're tripling their funding.
Yeah, but the Chinese don't have impeachment going on where they're at.
No, they do not. President Xi's not worried about it.
Colonel, thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Steve.
All right.